Important question. And let me begin by saying that Krishna says in Bhagavad Geetha, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bhartarshabha. That I am sex life, which is as per the principles of dharma, which means that sex life by itself is also a very dharmic process of how we can fulfill the desires of the Lord of creating progeny in this world. So, having given those framing statements, let me come to the quote from Mahabharata which says, Ahara, Nidra, Bhay, Maithunam cha, Samana etat pashubhir naranam. Eating, sleeping, mating, which is sex life, and defense or fearing. These four are common to humans and animals. So if you see these four, out of these four, if you see the animals, you may see some animals are grazing. So there is no time limit for their grazing. From morning till night, searching for food, because they have been made and designed like that. Nidra also, sleeping, mating. So there is fixed times where you can do all those things. But one thing which is common, which is constant within all of us, is fearing, bhai. So there is a starting time to eating, ending time to eating, and sleeping and mating. But for fearing, there is no starting ending time. So out of the four, the most difficult to overcome is fearing, bhai. Now, when you do not do these other three properly, if your eating is not proper, then it creates disease which may increase bhai. If your sleeping is not proper, you are thinking I am Superman, Superwoman, no need to sleep at night. Night is for remaining awake, day is for sleeping. You do for some time. Nowadays you see the trends, heart attacks at 30s, 40s because of lack of sleep. In Japan, companies had to incentivize employees that those who will sleep 5.5, 6 hours, they will get this much cash, they will get promotions, this, that, go to sleep. So when you don't go to sleep properly, then also fear of disease, fear of heart attack, so much. Similarly, sex life also. If we don't do that properly, as per the injunctions described in the revealed scriptures, then it increases our bhai or fear. So therefore, the next line of this shloka says, Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina prashudhi saman. That if one is focused only on these four, then one is kind of like animal. But what separates human beings from other animals is, in human life, we can engage in spiritual inquisitiveness. Otherwise, all species are doing only two things: asking questions and getting answers. Questions and answers. Right? So therefore, Mune sadhu krishtoham bhavadbhir lokamangalam yat krita krishta samprashno yenatma suprasiddhat. So, every species is engaged in only asking questions and working to getting answers to those questions. What are those questions in every species? Where is food? Where is sleep? Where is sex life? And where is security and shelter against fear? These are the typical questions. This is the base level questions. Now, in human form of life, we give sophisticated dimensions to these questions. But at the basic level, these are the questions.
Wow.
You are thinking, oh, where is my property? 2 BHK, 3 BHK, rental, ownership, mortgage, this, that, but ultimately it is shelter. Bhai, how to protect myself, where I can have nidra peacefully, So clothing, this, that, everything is centered around these four only. The animals just go and do it. Human beings discuss, plan, and then do it. And then they don't realize that they are meant to do something beyond these four. That is called dharmo hitesham. So therefore, Vedanta Sutra begins with the understanding athatho brahma jigyasa. The core business in human form of life is to inquire about my spiritual journey and how to help the soul go beyond taking bodies. And that is what is known as moksha or mukti or whatever. Now, the problem is when people don't ask that question, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. What is that question? There are 5 questions related to Brahma Jigyasa. Where is my soul now? Number 2, where is my soul going to go destination after death? Number 3, what will be the experience of my soul in that destination? Number 4, what is the path I want the soul to take to reach that destination? Number 5, what are the obstacles in my soul's journey? These 5 are considered part of what is known as Brahma Jigyasa.
Curiosity
about the journey of the soul. Just like you are looking forward, I want to go to Switzerland. So you are looking at, okay, I'm in Mumbai, my destination is Switzerland. Okay, should I ski in the Alps? First decide the destination. Once destination is decided, then all the other details of the journey, they fall backwards. So you have to work backwards with the destination first. So when you are talking to me, then you are assuming that someone who's taking spiritual journey very seriously and spiritual destination very seriously. So the responses of such a person towards eating will be from the perspective of spiritual destination. The response of a spiritualist like me who is focused on the spiritual destination will be different when you ask about sleeping. Yuktahara viharasya yukti cheshtasya karmasu, Krishna says in Gita. The sleeping must be moderate, not too extreme, not too much, not too little. It must be in such a way that timing of the sleep should be such that you are waking up at a time which supports that spiritual destination. Then your fearing should be such that I fear things which will distract my mind. I fear things which will inhibit my journey towards remembrance of Krishna. And similarly, Maithun or sex life should also be in such a way, it should not inhibit and dampen the progress of my journey towards that spiritual destination. So the boxer's diet and the gymnast diet is different because their destination is different. So accordingly, everything flows. So now, for somebody who has that spiritual destination, from that perspective, the sex life becomes an attendant duty to perform as a service to the Lord. And that is what Krishna is saying in this verse. Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bhartar. In all traditions, in the faith traditions, sex life has always been considered to be a process by which we serve the Supreme Lord, we serve the society by becoming agents and instruments to bring in souls into this world in a divine consciousness, so that that soul is able to accomplish the destination of spirituality. And therefore, we have Shodash Samskars, 16 Samskaras in Vedic tradition. So one of the Samskaras is the Garbhadhan Samskara. The divine soul is invoked. Divinity is invoked. So that even before impregnation of the husband, by the husband to the wife, there are various rituals which are done. And when the act of sex life actually happens, so auspicious souls are invoked to come and be part of the womb. So that is known as Garbhadhan Sanskara. Then once that Sanskara is done, then when the soul is in the womb and in a particular month, around 7th or 8th month, they do what is known as Simanta Unnayasa Samskara, which means all the positive energies are invoked on that particular soul which is within the womb, so that all the blessings come upon that soul.